Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you that a disappearing pinwheel block looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. So I have two squares of fabric here, contrasting colors so that everything will show up nice and neat. And I have them cut a 10-inch square. I'm going to lay them right sides together, make sure that all my edges are lined up nice. And then I'm going to put a few pins in here. This is just to keep everything from shifting around when I go to sew it together. I did make a cutting error in this block, but like usual, I just go with it and figure it out as I go. Once I have pinned my squares together, I would take it to the sewing machine and I sew with a 1/4 inch seam all the way around the outer edges. And then we are going to cut them apart on the diagonal, cutting an X into our square. And this is going to give us 4 half square triangles. I'm going to use my slotting trimming ruler and I'm going to trim them all up to 6.5 inches. And then I'm going to press them open. And I tried my Easy Press pen today for the first time, and I gotta say, these seams are nice and flat. I'm really wishing that I would have bought this pen a lot sooner, and I will definitely be using it a lot in the future. But moving forward, we need to make ourselves a little pinwheel here now. So we're just going to lay out our fabrics, and you need to be careful that you're laying them in the correct orientation. But if you look at it, you should be able to see a pinwheel. But if you do accidentally have one shifted the wrong way, you should be able to see that it's not giving you the pinwheel effect. Again, just make sure that it's looking like this and that you don't accidentally turn a block around. I have done this, it's not a big deal. Unpick it and redo it. So now we need to lay these together, right sides together, and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. It's just a simple 4 patch at this point and very easy to put together. So I'm going to sew those. Once those are sewn and pressed, I press these seams open, but you can do however you want. We just need to lay those two rows together. And now that we have this block, we need to divide this into 3 equal parts. And this is very important because this is where I went wrong and I ended up having to make changes that gave me an odd size block. So figure out what your block is and make sure that you have divided it equally into 3 parts. And then that's how you figure out where you need to make your cuts. From the center seam, I cut at 2 1/8 inches and that was wrong. And you just need to make 4 cuts. And a rotating cutting mat comes in very handy here, but if you don't have one, that's fine. You can make it work in other ways. But what I didn't realize at this point yet was my blocks were not all the same size, but I do correct it. So if you don't have a rotating cutting mat, but you have a smaller mat, it actually works just as good. So you can just lay it on there and then turn the whole mat. But if you don't, you can just make it work a different way. It's fine. But you can find links in the description box below for all of the mats that I use. So now we are ready to start moving our pieces around. So I'm going to start with our center pieces or center side pieces here. And just by moving them around, you can already see that you're getting a different effect. The block that I'm going to be making is a churn dash with a pinwheel in the center. I think that that's a really cute block. And I think it's a lot easier to make it like this than to make each little unit separately. It just goes faster this way, in my opinion. But I really like this, but I think I would prefer it with the green as the churn dash. But I'm going to move these around and show you some other options. So just by moving those side center pieces and flipping that blue to the outside, you end up having a block that looks like this. And you can make a whole bunch of sampler blocks and then make a quilt like that, or you could just make the same block over and over again in different colorways. I think that would look nice as well. And if you don't know how to do it, just move your blocks around until you find a design that you like and that you prefer. Like I said, I want to do the churn dash, but I wanted it to have the green churn dash. I think this looks really nice. I think that pinwheel pops a lot more with the green like this. So you're just going to sew it together like you would a normal 9 patch, but that is where I realized that my blocks were not all the same size. So I trimmed all of my little pieces down to 4 inches and then I sewed it together. That ended up giving me a bit of an odd size block, but that's okay. This is just going to go into my scrappy quilt anyway. Well, I hope you still found this video useful, even though I made a slight error, but I did find a way to correct it. And I would really appreciate it if you would hit that thumbs up button or leave me a comment down below. That really helps boost my videos and helps my channel grow, and I really do appreciate that. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and until next time.